This region is rich in military history. We have Fort Stevens, Battery Russell, U.S. Coast Guard Station, Camp Rylea, Lewis and Clark.
So in 1991, a group of VFW Fort Stevens Post members wanted to commemorate the sacrifice of the soldiers in the Warrenton area.
I was approached by Leroy Dunn, who was a quartermaster at VFW in Warrenton, and he knew I was an artist and sculptor, and he had an idea and he wanted to see if I'd be part of it and for a memorial here in Warrenton. And so I ended up doing a drawing for him.
A local veteran, Leroy Dunn, who came up to me one day and said, "We need to make a monument for our local veterans." And so he handed me a piece of paper, rolled it out and says, "Can you make this happen for us?" And I said, "It's a done deal. We can work on that and we'll get it built."
I ended up doing this miniature maquette of the soldier that I had in mind. And I wanted to especially use the Vietnam era because that was a time where a lot of our soldiers got disrespected, and it was a really rough time. I had friends and family that were in Vietnam, and I figured I wanted to pay tribute to them by using that era theme.
They began a fundraising drive, but unfortunately the economy tanked and they had only raised about $1,000. So it was put to bed. 25 years later, it was resurrected.
Well, I had a couple of grandchildren. I got older, put on a few pounds.
I agreed to help out the Post and the auxiliary by writing a grant. And on April 7th, 2017, I got an email from the Oregon Parks and Rec that said, "You're fully funded."
Well, I immediately contacted the foundry and got a bid from them, an up-to-date bid, and I immediately started I went to them with the maquette, and I had an enlargement made up to 7'2", which is the original size of the statue now. And I had them do that, and once that got done, I brought it home and I applied clay to it and detailed everything out, and that took about 3 months. And then from there, I brought it to the foundry, and then it took them about 3 months to get it bronzed.
The Veterans Memorial in the city of Warrenton is deeply meaningful to this community. It's been in different stages, or I guess you could say iterations, for decades, and before I was born even. And the memorial really comes about thanks to a partnership with the Oregon Lottery funding, a grants program with the Oregon Parks and Recreation Department. And it wasn't without them we wouldn't be able to do it. This is the first war memorial in 93 years in Clatsop County, and this is a way for our community to show, in a prominent manner, our meaningful and respectful commemoration of the service of those that currently serve, those that were veterans and past served, as well as those who died paying the ultimate sacrifice.
The reason why I jumped on board with this monument was we wanted a local monument for our local veterans. Our high school kids that have graduated, went into the service, their names will be on this monument. It's to promote the patriotism for our local area.
All the people I know in the military and families and friends, I thought this would be a great tribute to them, especially in this area because it's got a great military background.
We had a big monument dedication in August of 2018 and a community picnic afterwards. And I think if you talk to anybody on the street and ask them what the monument means, they'll tell you that their dad or their grandpa or their mom or their brother or their sister served or are serving, and that it's a tangible thing that they can touch or go up to and have their picture taken. And what it means to this community is that we honor our military and the people that live here and what they do for our country.